Welcome to episode 8 of Terrorshewrote. I'm Nicole.
I'm Brittany.
And this is our podcast. I don't think we're ever going to get that right.
I don't even know what to say about it anymore. I have no words.
Yeah, it's episode 8 for you guys. But today, we just dropped episode 1.
Woo!
This is past Nicole and past Brittany for when this episode comes out. Hopefully we've gotten better. Obviously, our intro has not.
It will never get better at this rate. I'm so excited that we're just busting out these really good episodes.
Yeah.
And today, Nicole texted me about finding a story on Reddit that was similar, or not really similar, because she hasn't read it yet, but there was a detail about it that reminded her of her own dream from last episode. And I think that is what she'll be reading today.
It is. And I mentioned it in the Bahast episode. I think it was last episode. I tell the story, so just in case somebody's like, oh my gosh, me too. And because I wasn't sleeping last night, I'm just scrolling through Reddit, trying to see what's out there. And this story pops up. And of course, I read ghost stories because what's our podcast called, Brittany?
Terrorshewrote.
Wow.
God damn.
So I was reading it and I was like, holy shit, holy fucking shit. This is the one. And they drew a picture of it. So we'll put it into
Instagram.
But I also got permission to talk about it. So thank you, user, and I'll name drop you or something. But anyways, Brittany.
Nicole.
You have stories.
I do.
You want to kick it off?
I do. And this one is called The Humming by my sister, Kirsten.
Oh, Kirsten.
It was when we lived in Corona, California. We were probably still in middle school at this time. So I shall begin. It was another school day, and per usual, I did not want to get up. I always hated school, and that carried with me until college. But we're not talking about that. This takes place when I was 13 or 14. So yes, it was another school day, and I did not want to get up. I also had a stomachache, which made me really not want to go. Unfortunately, I eventually did. However, it was a weird scheduling day. My mom and dad had to go to work, and it was only my aunt who had to take us. Problem was, my siblings, my cousin, and I went to different schools at different times. The house was quiet. I assumed that my aunt took my little brother and sister to school while my cousin and I remained behind to be picked up next. I went downstairs annoyed that I had to go to school and sat at the bottom of the stairs tying my shoes. While I was tying my shoes, I started to hear humming. It was faint. Traveled from the kitchen or the living room, that general area. Sounded like a boy humming. It was a quiet tune, almost sweet, but I felt chills. I didn't know why. I then got up and walked to follow the sound, only for it to stop the moment I stepped in between the kitchen and living room. I tried searching for the source of the sound and just thought, maybe it's just my cousin. And then my aunt walked through the door. Is Jack here? I asked her. My aunt looked confused. No, I already dropped him off and your siblings. I stood there confused as I blinked a few times, looking back and forth at her to the kitchen to the living room, then back at her. Is anyone home? I heard humming. Are you okay? She asked me and I just nodded. I swear I heard humming. She continued to look confused and told me, I think you should go back upstairs. So that day, I ended up not going to school, which I was excited about. But I know there was humming, especially since I'm not the only one who has experienced supernatural events in the house. For Britt, oh, that's not part of it. That she just gave me. She gave me a side note for me to remember something.
Oh.
But yeah, there's the humming.
So this is a different house.
So this was the house where my cousin Joelle saw the little boy.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So this little kid is just living there.
He's just chilling, having a good time.
Yeah.
It's like, da-da-da-da-da. I hate school too.
He probably got scared when she walked in. He's like, I thought I was home alone.
Yeah. Speaking of houses, I forgot to mention this when we started because I was really nervous and I haven't pooped yet. The house that I'm sitting for right now, it's my favorite house. I love this house so much. Mm-hmm. I just want them to adopt me. I just want to live here for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I've never had like any type of experience here. It just feels really good.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a storm about like 2 days ago, and I'm taking a shower, and I knew I had felt it in my bones. If I took a shower, the power would go out. But I was like, I need to risk it for the biscuit because I'm disgusting right now. I was working out, so I really needed a shower. And I'm doing my shower things. Not the same as what Lynn's husband was doing in his butt cheeks.
Yep.
Just washing his butt.
Bent over, cheeks spread and out.
So the power starts to flicker on and off. And I'm like, no, please. I just have a couple more steps and I'm done. But no, it goes out. And I'm like, fuck. So I'm washing my hair. I'm like rinsing my hair out in the dark, terrified because that's scary, first of all.
Yep.
So I'm getting done. I go back to the bedroom, get changed. I come downstairs, I hear something, which doesn't make sense because I'm the only one here and everything is off. So I'm like creeping through in their living room. They have these huge speakers and music started playing. Like music was playing.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah. And I was like, what in the fuck? So I look at their stereo thing and it says AirPlay. And I don't use AirPlay. I use Spotify. So when it connects, it's just Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, where is this coming from? And the owners are in England right now. So it was maybe like 2 or 3 in the morning. So they're not doing anything. And I'm like, that's fucking weird. So I'm like, all right. I say it out loud. I'm like, all right, if you're going to play music, you're going to play my shit. All right. We're not going to do this bullshit. I don't even know what this is. So I put on a random playlist and all of the songs are like, they're good songs. They're classics, but they all have like this creepy feel to it. Like, I wish I remembered it. There was one from Suzanne Vega where she's talking about like somebody watching her or like they're right around the corner. And another song where it's like the title of the band. Yeah. It was scary. Yeah. And then last night, I felt like I was being watched. So, yeah, I felt like I was being watched. And I've never felt that here. So I'm sitting in the living room. I've got the fire going. And there's a sliding door right next to me. And I felt like eyeballs on me. And I was like, nope, I'm out. I'm out of here.
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
And you're still there.
Yes, just for one more night, and then I'm out of here.
So you mean to tell me that when the power's out is when the weird shit happens?
For sure, yeah.
So there's a song that I listened to, and I really loved it, by this Japanese group called Phantom Sita. It was very creepy, and I showed it to my sister and my friend, and they're like, I'm getting really weird vibes from it. And I got mad, and I'm like, ugh. I really like this song. I just want to share it with you. I didn't need this. And I was complaining to Tim about it the next day in the car while we were listening to that song. And the moment the song ended, we popped a tire. And so, of course, we had to go to the side. And when I walked out of the car, I could just hear all these flies buzzing around. It smelled disgusting. I look down. I just see bones of an animal, like cleared out of meat, and it's like on the bed of fur.
What the fuck?
Like that has to be a coincidence, right?
We don't need to read into that.
And ever since then, I don't pull up the song in the car. I'm like, I don't want to risk it if it is bad luck.
Yeah.
Because that was weird. I have never seen, like, you see like dead animals on the side of the road all the time.
Right.
This one was clean.
Oh.
I have a photo of it, and I might find it and try to send it to you.
Yeah, you should.
But it was fucking creepy. That's why I thought about, when you talked about the song, I thought about that song.
Oh, man. Yeah, send me the song or the lyrics. Just send me something. I'm not going to listen to it for another, like, 3 days, but...
Oh, of course.
Let me just wait till I'm home. This is weird, but I really, really want to see a skinwalker.
A skinwalker?
Yeah. I would really love to see one of those. I don't know. Why? I have no idea. I was on TikTok last night watching videos with my hands in front of my eyes. And it was in Australia, and it was this guy trying to flag down one of the truckers or whatever. And he had things in his hand. So he's not a skinwalker, but he looked like one because he was real lanky and stuff. and they was trying to stop him to like help, but really it's just to like murder or rob. And I was like, man, of all the cryptids that are around, I believe skinwalkers are actually real. I would love if Bigfoot or Mothman, like if all of those were real, but for sure, skinwalkers are real.
Gotcha.
So I would love to see one.
I can't believe you even watched that at night, though.
Me neither. I have no idea why I did that.
At night, I watch people eating food to torture myself because I'm like hungry in the middle of the night. I'm like, I want a snack.
Yeah, I try not to do that.
All these mukbangers I keep sending to you. That's the only thing I send you. But that was my story. What is your... I'm so excited to hear this Reddit story.
Yeah, it was pretty... Yeah.
Are you ready emotionally for this?
I think so. Okay, so the Reddit user is MirrorPool00. So thank you for giving me permission to share the story.
Thank you.
Yes. So like I said, I have been telling the story for 6 years, and I tell it to anybody who's willing to listen. And finally, conveniently, somebody has experienced it. So,
oh my God.
They titled this Shadowman. I woke up to this thing at the end of my bed last night. So, for context, I, 24 female, and my boyfriend, 22 male, have been going out for around 3 months now. He has talked about how he used to have night terrors, and lately, they've been especially bad. Once I started staying over at his house, I got to witness it firsthand. We'd be dead asleep, and he would suddenly sit up, gasp, and stare off into the distance for a while, before laying back down and going back to sleep. I asked him what he was dreaming about once, and he said he didn't know. I started getting poor sleep at his apartment too. I did from the start, but I just chalked it up to being in a new, strange environment, but it persisted. One morning, he left for work, and I went back to sleep after saying goodbye. I woke up on my stomach, unable to move, and I realized it was sleep paralysis. I've had it a couple times before, years ago, so I knew what I was dealing with and tried not to panic. That's when I felt something crawling onto the bed and place a hand on my back, holding me down. I've had a sleep paralysis demon experience in the past, so I tried to remain calm. I started repeating, "not real," over and over in my head since I couldn't speak. The thing responded, "Oh, you think I'm not real? If I wasn't real, would you be able to feel my hand on your back?" It said this while digging its fingers in. "Would you be able to feel my breath on your neck?" It felt so real. I could feel it lean down and breathe cold air on my neck as it spoke. I repeated, "Get out, you're not welcome." And slowly, I began to move again, and the thing was gone. I didn't think too much of it since sleep paralysis is somewhat normal, and a lot of people experience the so-called demons. But last night was different. I was asleep and woke up with the overwhelming feeling of being watched. I opened my eyes and lifted my head to look around the room. There was a tall shadow moving across the room, right at the edge of the bed. I looked over at my boyfriend's spot to confirm it was just him getting up to use the bathroom or something, and was horrified to find him sleeping peacefully next to me. I looked back at the shadow. It had reached the spot directly in front of me at the end of the bed. It turned toward me and was staring, unblinkingly, with a huge grin. It had this strange aura around it. It's really hard to describe, but everything looked a little warped around it. I felt an intense amount of malice coming from it. I was terrified. I sat up, and after a moment longer, it dissipated into the air like it had never been there before.
Oh my God.
I don't know what this thing is or why it's bothering us. I've never experienced anything like this before, other than when I was a little kid and thought I saw shadows moving or other kid stuff like that. But this thing had a face. A face. I'd love to hear any info on what this thing could be and how to get rid of it. It's probably the most terrifying thing I've ever seen. And this person, again, is named MirrorPool00. They drew a picture of it. And when I saw the post, I was like, holy shit, this is the demon. This is the thing that I kept fucking seeing in my dreams. And finally,
God.
I'm validated. Sorry you're going through this, but
I have to look at this photo again of that ghost because it's horrific.
Yeah.
The smile, the eyes.
Yeah, exactly like that. What's crazy, and it's probably just a coincidence, but mine was 6 years ago. I'm 30, so I was 24.
Yeah.
This person is 24. And
oh my God, chills.
yeah, her boyfriend's 22, which is 2 years younger, right? My boyfriend was 2 years older.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I think it's just a coincidence, but still.
Coincidence my ass.
Right, yeah.
If you feel like these signs are real, then they're real. They're not in your head. They're not just a coincidence.
I don't know. I like to think that it is. It makes me feel better.
It's just in your head. That's so crazy.
I know. I'm validated. That's all I can think about.
And it's the 22nd
Oh,
when you
shit.
found it. I'm just saying, it's the 22nd.
Oh, dang. That's weird.
It's really weird.
Oh, man.
Let's meet this guy. Where does he live? What's your zip code? What's your
Right.
social?
So when I read it too, and she explained that sometimes he wakes up gasping and then sits up for a while before going back to sleep. I also feel that way sometimes. And I don't have sleep apnea. I went to a sleep study. I don't have it. Fuckers. I'm 30 years old. And I work out, okay? I'm healthy enough.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks. And like Aaron he experiences it too. And like, well, he doesn't experience it, but he's there, right? And just every once in a while, I wake up like I can't breathe, and it takes me a while to fall back asleep, but then I do, and I'm just up. So that's weird. I guess those are night terrors.
It's allergies.
It's allergies. Oh,
Like Tim can't sleep too, but that's just his allergies. That's crazy. Oh my God. All these numbers, they connect in some way. There's a lot of twos in this.
there's a lot of twos.
I'm just saying. I actually have a story ready that's based on sleep paralysis as well.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it's titled Keep Your Eyes Closed During Sleep Paralysis.
Oh, okay. Hit me.
This one is pretty short, and they have an edit at the end.
Oh,
Exactly. So, keep your eyes closed during sleep paralysis. I started experiencing sleep paralysis about 3 years ago when I was 18. My first time was scary as hell. I woke up early one morning and immediately knew something was off. I knew I was awake, but I was unable to open my eyes or lift a limb. A force seemed to pin me down against my bed as if a ton of bricks lay on top of my body. When I tried to call out for help, all that came out was a low hum. After what seemed like several minutes, it probably only lasted 30 seconds, I finally snapped out of the trance and yanked my body onto my side. My eyes shot open and found myself gasping for air. What the fuck was that? I thought. After some research, I learned about sleep paralysis. There were many scary explanations with stories about the devil's touch, but there were also logical explanations. Oh my God, this scared me. I heard something fall on my desk, but my cat's there. So there were many explanations with stories about the devil's touch, but there were also logical explanations in which sleep paralysis is a result of disrupted REM sleep. I forced myself to believe the latter in order to stay sane. Honestly, sane. We all want logical reasons.
yeah.
Logical explanations.
I need to explain the unexplained.
Exactly. I started having random episodes of sleep paralysis every now and then, and it got to the point where I was more annoyed of it than scared. It kept me from being able to sleep in, and at times I would be unable to sleep at all even if I was exhausted because I kept getting stuck. All of my experiences with sleep paralysis happened while my eyes were closed. Even if I wanted to open my eyes, the force was so strong that I had no choice but to be stuck in complete darkness. Never did I think I would be grateful for this. It's been a while since I've had sleep paralysis, up until a few months ago. I was experiencing insomnia one night and don't recall ever falling asleep. I realized I actually did get some sleep when I suddenly woke up earlier than usual. I think it was 6 or 7 in the morning. Dread came over me as I realized I was unable to move. Not again, I thought. I was on my back, which I never position myself when I'm falling asleep. It's uncomfortable and I always get nightmares when I end up on my back. Suddenly I find myself having a hard time breathing. I never feared for my life during sleep paralysis, but this particular episode caused me to panic. I struggled as hard as my mind and body would allow, but nothing would budge. The increasing panic caused my eyes to shoot open with my body still pinned down. Flashes of evil, smiling devil-like faces flashed before my eyes, then disappeared as soon as they started. As my blurry vision began to focus, I saw a black, distorted figure standing in the corner of my room.
Shut the fuck up.
I struggled to turn my head towards the figure, but before I could take a good look at it, my body snapped out of this nightmare. I sat straight up, looked around my now brightly lit room and saw no one. Tears began to stream down my face as I tried to keep myself together. That was the first time I've ever experienced sleep paralysis with my eyes opened. It erased any logical beliefs I previously had. You truly don't know fear until you've experienced sleep paralysis like this. Just be sure to keep your eyes closed. Edit. I see a lot of you have experienced this as well and found certain ways to snap out of it. Just wanted to share that I discovered my way to actually wake up. I wiggle my toes. Been doing this every time I get sleep paralysis and it always instantly wakes me up. Not sure why I'm able to wiggle them, but it works. You guys should try it if you ever have another episode.
Ooh.
Well, that was a nice tip.
Yeah, it was.
Good tip.
Very good tip. I wish I could do that. So, a couple things. When they mentioned sleeping on their back, always having nightmares. When I was a kid, my friend, I was having a sleepover with a friend, and she was telling me that whenever she sleeps on her back and she has her hands over her stomach, she always has nightmares. And she explained it and was like, she had this, I guess in her culture, I don't remember where she was from, but in her culture, sleeping on your back with your hands in front of you, like on your stomach, it invites the devil or the demons or whatever. So I've always been terrified to do it, but now it's the only way that I can fall asleep is sleeping on my back.
I always fall asleep on my back.
Yeah.
Or on my left side. Specifically, for some reason, that's where I find more comfort, on my left side.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes... This is dumb, but I would sleep with my hands just on my chest like this. It always looks like I'm in a coffin, and my mom got mad at me one time where she saw me sleeping like this, and she's like, "You look like you're in a coffin. Stop sleeping like that." I'm like, it gives me comfort.
The only way I could ever get out of sleep paralysis during my 3 months was picturing this. I couldn't move. I can't wiggle my toes or nothing. Like all I could do was move my eyes. I fucking tried. The only way I could get out of it was imagining this white orb in my mind. And it had to be like pure white, like white. And I'd picture it and it would just be like this tiny little ball, like maybe like a golf ball size. And then I would have to imagine it going around my body. So just like a cloak, like a whole force field shield.
Oh, okay.
And that would bring me out of the sleep paralysis and I would fall asleep perfectly fine. I'd be in a dreamless sleep. It was the only way.
It's comforting.
Yeah, it was a comforting thing. And after a couple years go by, I'm trying to create that orb in my mind again and that bright white light. And I can't do it. Like I physically cannot imagine this light anymore. It's gone. Like no matter how hard I try.
So this was after?
It was during. So when I'm in my sleep paralysis, the only way I could get out was imagining this orb. And then after everything happened, I tried to recreate the orb in my mind to fall asleep because it would help me fall asleep when I was going through that shit. And I can't do it. I can't even picture.
Hey, maybe it was your guardian angel. You never know.
Maybe. It's possible.
Could be. Because like it was definitely during a time where you were suffering.
Yeah. I was fucking suffering.
So they were probably like battling the shit out of this demon every night. Like, damn it, Nicole! Leave this man. Leave your boyfriend already. He's the one who brought this to you.
Dude, seriously.
Our stories were not planned.
No.
Like, we don't tell each other what stories we're reading. I mean, the one that Nicole read, that was definitely planned because it literally just happened.
Right. But I never told Brittany.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I never told you that I had the sleep paralysis story ready, and I've had it in my notes for like a week already.
Yeah.
So
we're in sync.
That was a weird coincidence. Now that's a coincidence.
That's a coincidence. Or maybe it's fate. Who knows? So I have a choose your own horror. It's super fast. Well, it's not super fast, but it's not like Goosebumps. It's maybe like there's 20 choices and they're each like a sentence long. But my Reddit. All right. So
hit me.
So choose your own adventure horror house. You're walking your dog Rufus and you see an abandoned house. Do you explore, walk away, let Rufus decide.
I'm gonna walk away with Rufus. The fuck?
So we'll go to option 7. Huh? Oh, 4. Sorry.
Why? Did I immediately die?
No.
Again?
No. I clicked the wrong one. It's option 4. Despite Rufus pulling towards the house, you return home. That night, he goes missing. Do you go looking for him at the house, hope he comes home?
I'll go look for him. I will. That's crazy to just leave my dog out. Rufus! Damn it.
Now we're at option 7. The door is locked.
Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Do you break a window, shoulder barge the door?
So this is an abandoned house.
Yeah.
Might be very old. Maybe weak hinges. Yeah, I'll go through the door.
Okay. Shoulder barge.
I feel like this is gonna be...
Okay.
Yeah.
Option 2. You ram the door, bruising your shoulder, but you're in. You want a weapon, but there's not much around. Do you choose a dusty broom handle or a creepy doll?
A broom handle.
Makes sense. So
I'm not touching that creepy doll.
Option 16. Fuck? A young girl appears. Do you try to befriend her, hit her with the broom handle?
I want to hit her, but what if she'll guide me to Rufus if I'm friends with her? I'm gonna befriend her.
Okay. Option 18.
This bitch is gonna kill me.
The young girl tries to take your hand and lead you away. Do you go with her, refuse, and stay where you're at?
Oh, God. Nicole! These are hard questions.
You only have 2 options.
Yeah, it's hard. I'll go with her.
Okay. Option 20.
Oh!
Ghosts appear. You fall to the floor and cannot move. Eventually, you die of dehydration, surrounded only by apparitions.
Why do I always die? I don't make this shows I trust too easily.
So if you chose the other one, which was stay where you are, that was option 1. It's the girl is angry. The broom handle whips out of your hand and lodges itself down your throat. You suffocate.
So either way, I would have died.
Either way, you would have died.
Bullshit. So really just don't befriend the bitch, or should have just wait until the dog came back.
Yeah.
But damn, I died out of embarrassment because my butt was in the air. Now I died of dehydration.
Yeah.
I'd rather that than the fucking broom down my throat. That's crazy.
Wow, we did so good.
Yeah. This was honestly a very creepy episode.
It was.
This was filled with just demonic shit.
Yeah.
Gotta cleanse this area after this episode.
Right. Oh, God.
I mean, like, the repeated numbers. I feel like I told you about this dream of mine, right? With the number 4.
I don't remember.
Yeah, where I dreamt that I had 4 days to live. Then the next day, we were playing a scary game, and on the screen, it just kept flashing number 4. And in that 4 days, my sister was visiting. So it was like 4, all in a day. And I learned that it's a good luck meaning. So I was nervous. I'm like, am I really going to die in 4 days? Like, fuck.
It's the ring. I'm dying in 7 days.
4 days, bitch.
You're gonna die.
Oh my God, I was playing Phasmophobia, and I kept hearing, this is not even the ring, but this is the garage, but there's a ghost that does the while chasing you, and I hated it. Oh, I hated it.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah.
So, I do want to ask the listeners, hopefully we have a good following by now. Past us, this is our manifestation. We have over 100 people that are listening to our episodes, which I think is being pretty fucking generous.
I'm like, I'll take 10. I'll take what I can get.
Yeah. Brittany and I were talking about it the other day, about wanting to do another thing with Goosebumps. So I'll put a poll into Spotify, and you guys let us know, should we do another Goosebumps story at the end of our episodes? Let us know.
Yeah, guys, give me another chance. I need another chance. I can't keep dying. This ended too fast. It's pissing me off that I make terrible choices. That really says something. I can't trust people anymore.
But yeah, episode 8. We fucking killed it, dude.
I know, we really went through these stories without even saying a word. We didn't want to react. We were very invested into it.
We were so invested.
Mm-hmm. But you ready to close it out?
Yeah, let's close it out.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed.
Please go follow, share, and leave a review. Also, if you have your own paranormal experiences, send it to us. You can send it through TikTok, Instagram, but we do have an email, terrorshewrote@gmail.com, and we'll feature you on one of our next episodes.
It will be down in our description box. We're on Spotify, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts. Woo!
Brittany does our shorts, and they're fucking hilarious. They're our teaser videos, so
Thank you.
Keep an ie out for those.
Right now, we look exactly like the animations with my hair up and your bangs sticking out from like your headphones.
Yeah.
We look exactly like them.
Yeah.
I love it. But again, thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.